put entirely too much butter.
We can't hear you.
What are you making?
Burns me.
I better go in here.
Oh, there we go.
Is it working?
All right, you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Volume.
All right. Okay. All right.
I have to walk around because, see, they're cooking some eggs.
Oh, are they?
Can I have more volume?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice. Yay.
All right, we did
Hey,
it. All
I'm
right, here
Wendy.
we are.
This is Chris. Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you. And we're close to where you're from
Yeah.
right now. And
Just
So-
got power back.
yeah.
Yeah, what happened?
Big snowstorm came in last night. We went to a show, saw Dave Attell at Wise Guys.
He's
Went in
great.
at 7, came out at 9, completely, like 7 inches of snow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And this morning, no power. And we're like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, it even happens in developed countries.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to start the live stream on Facebook here, and then we'll do our intro and then introduce you, and then we'll get started from there, okay?
Okay.
Just a sec.
Doing my floating head
Nice.
because I got this turtleneck on, Kelly.
Right.
So my head's just floating. No, I think this is interesting. People will enjoy this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my body's somewhere else. My head's here on the couch. It really totally looks like my head's floating.
Okay, let's see here. All right.
Go live.
About
Is that too much?
live.
It's behind me now.
Where's your face?
Yeah, that's backlit. That's bad.
Facebook's
Yeah.
on.
There we go.
We're live. There we are.
All right, we are
Am I
live.
there?
Yeah.
This is turned down.
Now pull up the.
Is that too much?
No. That's
Yeah, we're
good.
at an Airbnb right now in Salt Lake City.
And you saw David Tell. That's awesome.
Yeah, tonight is Ari Shafir, Mark Normand,
Oh,
who else? Sean Patton.
oh wow.
Yeah, Ari and friends. So we only live like 5 hours away. We're like, we got to do this.
Yeah, those two shows. That's two really good shows right in
Pretty
a row.
awesome. Yeah, back to back like that.
I'm especially a big Attell fan. I think he's one of the
Nah,
best.
this was our first time. It was amazing. We didn't think he sold merch. We got a poster. He talked to us. I didn't even think that was a thing. I thought he would just kind of go back and hide out somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's spectacular.
Yeah, it was a phenomenal show.
All right, let's go ahead and do our intro. And
Okay.
We'll start. Hi, I'm Chris.
And I'm Wendy.
And welcome to the Toasted Marshmallow Adventures podcast. Today, via Zoom.
From Germany.
From Germany, we have comedian Bengt Washburn with
Yes.
us today. Welcome to the show. We're
Thank
excited to
you
have you
so
today.
much.
Hi.
Hey.
So, what are you doing in Germany right now?
I'm living here actually
Oh,
because
okay.
my wife has a job over here, and since I'm a comedian, I don't have a job anywhere really. I'm
Yeah.
all over the place, so I came and followed her over here again with the kids.
Okay, again, because I thought you had moved to D.C. for some reason. I thought you were 3 years in Germany, moved back to the States, but did
Now
that happen?
back to Germany during the pandemic.
Okay.
Thought this would be a good idea to just move during
Right.
right when the pandemic started, to sell your house and move,
Yeah, great idea.
as one does
As one
during
does.
pandemics. I don't know how pandemics work. I don't think any of us
No.
do. But
No.
we still don't. Isn't that weird? We've been doing it 2 years. We still have no idea.
No, we
clue what
we have
we're
not
doing.
figured it out yet.
No. We're just constantly carrying around masks. We don't know where we need them. Or
I
Yeah.
was surprised that one of the things of a pandemic was gaining weight. That was a weird one for me. I never would have associated weight gain with pandemics. Like when I think of a bubonic plague or something,
Yeah.
I didn't
Think of
think
weight
like,
loss.
everybody put on like 40 pounds and then we
Yeah.
died. It just, Strange. That was strange.
There's
Yeah.
no parasites in the corona eating away at your body, I guess.
No.
It's not.
No.
So it's been strange, huh?
So, are you doing comedy in Germany? Well, I saw you were recently, February 28th, I think, in Austria.
I went to Austria. I went to Graz, and which is just a city of 500,000, which is just a few miles outside of Thal, which is where Arnold Schwarzenegger was born and raised.
Okay.
It's this little town, which I guess I should say Thal is a few miles outside of Graz, but that's the way we think in America. It's
Right.
all backwards.
Right.
Yeah.
I think Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I went to Austria. I did shows there. It was fun.
Now, compared to United States, how do they differ doing shows here to there?
Well, they're a different sense of humor, I guess, and cultural references don't always hit, and sometimes sarcasm doesn't register.
Oh, interesting.
It's a much more literal sense in language in the world. So if you say to someone sarcastically, like let's say they're wearing a horrible shirt, and you were to say "nice shirt,"
Right.
they wouldn't. They would just go, "Why would you say this? This is my bad shirt. Why would you say it's a good shirt?" That doesn't. It's not a thing.
Yeah.
So there's that, and also I would say they are not as much into fame,
Oh,
just
okay.
because the culture. Europe, I think American, we are way more into fame.
Right.
Yeah.
Like they would, when I asked the audience, would you elect Arnold Schwarzenegger as your leader? And they're like, no, we would never. We would name recognition.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
You did, and at least.
So that's a different kind of. They're not into really fame. That's not.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So
I think
now
it
when
might
you,
be the history. Like when you're here, there's a statue of a guy who was super famous in every town, and he's usually on a horse. It's usually a guy because that's the way history
Right.
was. It's just this man on a horse, and then you ask the people in town, "Who is that?" And they say, "I don't know." And then you look up, and this super famous person, there'll be a pigeon on his head, pooping
yeah,
on his head. And that's what. So when you say I'm famous, get over yourself. There's a
Right.
famous
Yeah.
guy in the square. Pigeons poop on his head every
Right.
day.
yeah, exactly. So now, when you first started doing comedy overseas, was that something you had to adjust to? I mean, were there some bad shows until you figured that out?
Yeah, there were a few bad. There still are some bad shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, the language can be an issue. Of
Yeah.
course, they speak a lot of English here,
Okay.
and there's a kind of a growing English speaking comedy scene,
hmm
but they still don't. They're not always fluent enough to get the jokes, so I have to talk really slowly.
Yeah.
I think sometimes they come to the show. I think this happens. Couples will come, and one of them will tell the other one they really speak English, but they don't. And so I swear you'll get these audiences where half of them are pretending to laugh so that the people with them think they speak English.
Right.
Oh,
think-
jeez. Wow.
I think that
Yeah,
happens.
laughs a
Much-
laugh. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a strange, but mostly they're great. Mostly they're really good. It's
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Does your wife come to your shows, or she's doing military stuff?
She is with the Department of Defense now. She came to a show recently, and I felt horrible for her. She had to sit through a very mediocre show on my
Oh,
part.
great.
I was working on some new material, and it was
Yeah.
not stellar because it was new. It wasn't
Right.
very
That's how
good.
you do it, though, right? You got to get out
Yeah.
there and put it to the people.
Yeah, I felt bad for him, except it was a free show. So you know what? It was free.
Right.
Yeah.
You didn't charge her.
Yeah, you had 20 minutes. I didn't charge her or the people in the audience.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
I mean,
okay,
they
that's
just
good.
they just paid with having to sit through. It was about 15 minutes of the show were pretty bad, I would say.
Yeah.
I would want to. If they had paid, they'd want some money back.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly.
I love that bit you do about her being dressing up like a bush and then showing up in the office, and
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because she's in camo.
Yeah, we were
She's-
watching
yeah, she-
your dry bar special.
Yeah.
20 years of that. She did that for 20 years.
Wow.
How long ago did that special come out?
The first one, I've had two, and the first one came, maybe that was 4 years. Man, it's been a while.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You got like 2 million views on that one.
Yeah, what it did is they did the first one
Mhm.
early in, and it didn't take off that much.
Yeah.
It was kind of a weird show, I gotta say. It didn't. It was strange. And so anyway, the second one came out maybe 2 years ago, 3 years, and then they lumped them together as a double feature and re-released it,
Right.
and that's when it got the 2-something million. Is
Okay, we wondered what the double of it was.
Yeah.
Was it
Yeah.
originally half hour?
yeah, it was two 35-minute
Okay.
shows, 30, 30, 25, 35, something like that.
Yeah.
And they just bundled them together. The second one came out better. The first one, the audience, half of the audience were people that I invited.
Oh, okay.
They had all seen every one of those jokes
Yeah.
because I was doing all the old jokes, and then I had to shorten them all to keep them clean enough.
Right.
Yeah.
You know? So it was awkward.
That's
Yeah.
what I was going to ask. Are you generally clean or were you clean? I mean, you have to be for
Yeah.
dry bar, but
Yeah.
is your
For
stuff
that
generally
show.
pretty clean?
Huh. I sometimes I think I'm being not clean, and then I'll hear someone who's not clean. I say, "Huh, I'm pretty clean."
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Such a relative thing.
It is
Yeah.
relative. Yeah.
But I mean, I like swearing. It feels good.
Yeah.
You know, you guys are. I'm not going to do it right now.
No,
You
you're
can if
welcome
you want.
I do.
We don't
I
care.
to. Let
don't-
out a barrage if you want
Yeah,
to.
We've had a boob shown on our podcast
That
before.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to do that.
Okay. Dang it.
If I do, you can swear. I don't mind.
Yeah.
No, I like to swear. That's one of my new things I'm talking about is how swearing, it feels good. And I was trying to read about why. And it has, I think they're wired to your neurotransmitters. The words are,
Yeah.
so you get that
In the-
rush of
good.
like, when you say it.
Yeah, you get a
Like
little
the F word.
charge.
yeah.
Oh, I'm losing you. Are you
Uh-oh.
guys
Uh-oh.
with me still?
Are we paused?
Oh,
We're moving?
you
There we
you're
are.
good now.
We're good. We're good now.
See, now I want to swear.
Oh!
You're like, go right ahead. There's been
Damn it.
plenty of. We're on episode like 113 or something. There's been plenty of swearing on it, mostly
it.
from us, but also from comedians.
We've had some swears on
Did
here.
you guys swear when you were young? What age were you when you first started
Oh,
swearing?
I did secret swearing. I didn't want my mom to hear.
Yeah, you couldn't do it
Yeah.
around your parents, but around
I
your
s-
friends, yeah.
It
You're
wasn't
dropping-
until I was maybe 40 or 45 that I felt comfortable maybe saying the S word in front of my mom. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm still I didn't ever want to disrespect her. So
Yeah.
I just was a secret swearer.
see,
Yeah, I was
when you're
pretty-
not.
I was pretty. I was probably in my 40s until I kind of openly swear around my dad, and I still watch it. I don't do it
No.
as much around
No.
him, but if one slips here and there,
Yeah.
he doesn't mind, and But if I was
Get a
dropping-
little
what's that?
bit like big words, or like the big mothers of all swear words. or
I may have. I know it's been at least shit. Maybe if it was a fuck, then it was I was pissed or something. Something bad was happening.
oh man,
Yeah, we don't
Wow.
just generally swear in front of our
Yeah.
folks still.
I didn't when my parents were alive. I never did the F, but I did the damn hell, the occasional shit.
Yeah.
A little, but I didn't even swear. Like I used to be able to get really upset. I could say rats. And it would make me feel better. Isn't that wild?
Wow.
Like the word rats was wired to that
Yeah, it's a gateway
cathartic
swear
cocktail
drug.
that you get. Like I could just, and then one day in my late 20s, I said fuck, and it never then I couldn't say rats anymore. It like instantly rewired everything. So now it doesn't work if I get
Right.
upset.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Jeez.
They don't tell you about that.
No,
They don't tell you, oh, there's no going back. You go,
Right,
Yeah.
once
and then you have
drop
kids.
it.
Then you
Yeah.
have kids, and you'll have a day where, man, you really need to say it, and you cannot. You
Right.
can't say it.
Yeah.
And it's exhausting.
Yeah.
Have you heard your kids swear at all? Is your daughter the oldest?
I have my oldest daughter is 26. She lives in Boston.
Oh, okay. So I saw
And I have
Instagram with a younger daughter.
Yeah, now I have not heard her swear, but she asked the other day, she said to my wife, she said, Mom, if someone took me hostage, could I at least say the F word?
That's reasonable, right?
And she said, yes, you could.
Yeah.
And she said, yay!
Oh, good, good.
Nice.
Yeah.
I saw that
I've
she's been your
heard-
roadie or something. She's been.
Yeah, she
helping you?
came on the road with me to Austria,
Oh, cool.
and her favorite part was the souvenir store.
Of course.
Yeah, right.
It's right across from St. Stephen's Dome Cathedral, which is this unbelievable cathedral. It's just so beautiful. That was like, well, whatever, boring. But the
Right.
Yeah.
souvenirs with like the shot glasses and the hats and the
Can I get a
wow.
t-shirt? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
What do your
Store
kids
full of
think about
crap.
you doing comedy? Do they enjoy your comedy, or
I
do they know you're a comedian?
don't think they absolutely not. They know that's why I'm gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what is he doing? I
Right.
don't think they like it, what
Makes
I do.
people
for the
laugh.
most
What?
part.
Yeah.
He's not funny.
How many specials do you have out? I think I've found at least 3 out there. Is that correct?
I have 2 with Dry Bar,
Okay.
and then I self-produced 2.
Poking a grizzly
Like-
and not bad.
In Poking a Grizzly and Not Bad are the Dry Bar ones, actually.
Oh, they are.
I
Okay.
gave them my title, and then Dry Bar found that those were not good titles for marketing, so they just.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
But before that, I did some self-produced ones. I did one called Whole Person, which is definitely more adult. That I produced in like 2013, and then I did
Okay.
another one called Mormon Meets World, which I self-produced in like 2000 and maybe 8.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Where
and
do
those
people find those?
I have one in my office, I guess.
You got a copy.
I should just, if I had a functioning website, I would post them up and let people just,
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
and then they could send me $1.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make
Get
a
on
buck.
Patreon. Send him $1.
Yeah, yeah, just $1 would be good.
Oh, I do have a question for you.
Oh, yeah.
Because we've been wondering how to get like sounds or clips from like our podcasts on Instagram and like the stories.
You're all over there.
And your stuff is in there. And do you know like how it got on there? Did you do that, or how'd that come about?
I did some myself just recently. I've started to like edit them short and then go into Instagram and post them on Reels. But I don't. I hope they're on there.
No, but like when I did a story about you being on our podcast, I could go into music, put in your name, and then some clips from your comedy.
Yeah, audio
come up.
clips.
Did you
Oh.
put that in, or somebody else?
No, I used to. I play on XM radio a lot. Years
Right.
ago, I submitted my stuff and they played it for a couple decades, which was
Yeah.
good. I got money.
Yeah.
And then Dry Bar, when they recorded me these last 2 specials, I think they owned the audio, or they took, I don't know if they own them, but they took the audio rights and they released them, and they've put it all over the place.
Oh,
I see.
okay.
Okay, they probably did
Yeah.
that.
All right.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
still don't know. One of these days we're gonna find out.
It's pretty neat, though.
I know, it's interesting how when all this internet stuff happened, people are like, "Oh, you can do it yourself." I'm like, "No, you can't."
No,
Yeah.
I
What
can't
kind
do
of
it myself.
genius does that themselves? I don't even have a website that works.
Yeah, I was looking at your website and I couldn't tell what was current and something's coming
Oh.
out this winter.
I mean, if you carbon dated it, it's current. It's within the next 30, 40 years.
Right.
That website got hacked about 4 years ago.
Oh.
My website did. And then when trying to fix it for a year, I put up just a backup. And that got broken. And then they latched onto an old stopgap website from 2013 or something. And I can't fix my website. I don't know how. I call Bluehost and sit on hold every once in a while. Every once in a while, I get up, I'm going to call them today. I have no website.
Yeah.
That's crazy. See, it looks like you've played in Idaho a lot. Idaho Falls. But have you been to Boise?
Cities. Oh, yeah. Okay. Actually, when I first started, I had my ex-wife lived in Utah with my daughter. And so I wanted to be able to see her a lot. Then I met my wife, Kelly, and she was based in Utah. So I tried to do lots of shows in Utah and Idaho. Yeah. And the Funny Bone in Boise, Idaho was one of the first clubs I ever played. It's one of the first I ever headlined outside of Utah.
Oh, cool.
The first clubs I headlined were in Utah because that's where I started. But then the Boise Funny Bone. Yeah, I've been going there for years. And we lived in Mountain Home.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
My wife was based there.
Wow. That's
my
crazy.
son was born in the Boyne. I got a cold. That's not my German coming through.
Yeah.
My son was born in Boise at the hospital.
Wow. Okay.
So Jen and everybody.
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
from years ago, and I know Brian Lee from years. Yeah. Back when he was the manager at the Funny Bone in Boise.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, there's no more Funny Bone. Well, it turned into Liquid Laughs, and then once the pandemic hit, it's no longer exists.
Yeah.
They put
and
some
even
pool
before
tables
it
where
was,
the stage was.
There's a Liquid Laughs, but before that, it was in a different location as the Bone, and then it went over to where that. I remember it back when it was even. I'm old. I've been doing this for way too long. Way too long to be as unknown as I am.
Yeah.
I should be known. Look, is my head floating on your screen?
A little bit floating.
Yeah, it does look like it's floating. Yeah, a bit. We'll just green screen you and put a bunch of weird shit around you.
Hey. Yeah. That's what I need to do.
Outer space or something.
Yeah.
So now you are going to be at the Lounge at the End of the Universe, March 17th, 18th, and 19th. 3 shows.
Yes.
So are you coming straight from Germany to here, to Boise?
Yep. I'll come straight to Boise. I'll get there a day early.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, I go on to Calgary.
I saw that. Yeah.
It got weird. You know what? I'm doing, I don't know. The big cities are hard to get booked into sometimes. And these little ones, I know the people and I get lots of stage time doing these. So I do these.
And I saw your look. Are you trying to go to Boston? Are you going to Boston and looking for be cool to do a show there?
Because my daughter and my grandkids live there.
Oh, that's
okay.
That is kind of a neat thing. If you're going somewhere, might as well hit up a club,
Yeah, anything. I'll do any kind of just whatever show to make it a business trip, so it's a tax deduction.
Of course.
Yeah. Now, were you doing comedy while your parents were still alive?
I was. Yeah.
Now I know you grew up in a Mormon family. What did they think of that?
Well, luckily, I wasn't the worst sibling. I always had someone worse than me that helped me out just enough. So I think they usually liked it. I was never, like I said, I'm usually not that bad. I did talk quite a bit about religion in a way that I'm pretty sure they would not have appreciated.
Yeah.
But I wasn't trying to be mean. I was just trying to be honest
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
funny. He's trying to be funny. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
I think
That's
it's
the
funny.
goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who inspires you comedically?
Oh, there are so many great comics right now.
Yeah.
Just, and I've been saying that for a while. In fact, Doug on it, I said it was a golden age of stand up years ago.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Well, no, I just noticed a huge jump in the talent pool
Mhm.
starting right when I got back from Germany the first time, like 2010, 11. It
Yeah.
just started to explode. And now there are so many that I love. Most of the famous ones, I think, are justifiably famous. Like they're
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
And there's just I'll tune into specials one after another and go, wow, that was great. That was great. That was
Yeah.
great. Whereas it used to be it was not that way.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. You would spend an
Did you
hour
guys-
on something you didn't laugh much at. You know?
Did you guys feel that way? Like maybe 20 years ago, it's mediocre.
That'd
I
be
was
crazy.
part of that.
Yeah, I'd say I have grown up watching a lot of stand up and
Now you're frozen or you're really thinking about this.
oh, I'm frozen. Yeah, no, I grew up watching a lot of stand up comedy. Sometimes it was on PBS because that's where you could get it. There was an old show called Comedy Tonight. And
He's frozen. Are you
uh-oh.
still with
I
us?
don't know what's going on.
uh-oh.
Are we frozen and you're there you go.
Oh, okay.
There you go. That was a long answer. It was very long. You really thought about it. Like I just got you just thinking about it. And
Yeah.
then,
So no, I would say I don't know. I guess I had my comedians that I really liked over the years, and I probably mostly just watched their stuff when I could catch it somewhere. And so I don't know. I felt that it's been great through the years. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
one of my first, well, obviously, probably the first comedy special I ever watched might have been Eddie Murphy, Delirious.
I knew you were
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that was the first one. And I remember back in the day seeing Brian Regan on PBS, a show called Comedy Tonight, actually with his brother Dennis.
Yeah, he's great. They're
Yeah,
both
when
great.
he had his mullet, and I think that's when he first did the like kind of stupid in school bit.
Yeah.
And like the baseball playing.
He
Little
was
League and
great.
things like
He's
that.
always been great.
Yeah.
So amazing.
His most recent special was crazy good.
Yeah, that was really good.
Wow.
Yeah, there are nowadays. I remember about 5 years ago, I was on a road trip with a very funny comic. His name's Marty Litwack, just brilliant fun.
Mhm.
We started listing like who are some great comics, and we had to just run down the list like, oh my word. We were driving for an hour and a half, and I got out of the car. I said, wait, we didn't even say Jim Gaffigan.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
geez.
We went through a whole list of phenomenal comics and didn't even bring up Jim Gaffigan, and that's
isn't that crazy?
because there's some that are like I saw Jake Johansson the other day. I don't know if you know him.
I haven't
No.
heard. No.
Jake Johansson has been 40 times. He was on Letterman 40 times,
Whoa.
and people still don't. He's
Yeah.
spectacular.
Isn't that
Then I
crazy?
saw another comic. She had a set that was just awesome. Her name was Jackie Cation, and her set was so phenomenal.
Yeah.
And then I saw a comic that I'm pretty sure most people, his name's John DeBoer, and it was such a beautiful, beautiful 20 minutes of comedy.
Yeah.
And I was at the Acme Comedy Company's 20 year, and they
Oh,
bring
cool.
20 or 30 year, and
Yeah.
they brought in like 20 something comics, and they all do. And it was just one comic after another. Like Tim Harmston had a set, Mary Mack. It was just all these comics that a lot of people haven't heard of that were,
Yeah. That's
Phenomenal.
great comedians.
Yeah.
yeah, which is fun. And then
That's
you
what
saw
I'm loving
Attell,
about-
which is
It's
Dave
amazing.
Attell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Well, I've
peop-
noticed too. Oh, I don't. You
well,
go
I was
ahead.
just going to say the people that Jen brings into the lounge sometimes we haven't heard of, and they are phenomenal comedians.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
so great to have them come to Boise and learn
Yeah.
who they are and listen. Yeah.
And that's what you have nowadays. Whereas when I first started, it really wasn't. And a little club it'd have an occasional, but I think nowadays there's so many.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm intimidated.
Yeah. Do you worry about the young guys in comedy? Or are you just doing your thing how you do it?
I've given up any hope of being famous.
Yeah. That's the thing I've noticed with comedy as
So,
well is that
you
you can
froze
have
again.
this 30-year career, and it can be successful and support yourself with it, and people still don't know who you are, and you're in show business all this time.
It'll come back.
Oh,
Oh, I
are we
think
not- are we-
Come on.
are we frozen?
we're freezing up again.
Now you're unfrozen. Sweet.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
Was I frozen?
Anytime I make a statement, it
It
freezes
freezes.
up.
You're just too much for the processors. Like,
I guess so. Yeah.
No, I
I
was
don't
just
know.
saying, when I was younger, I used to be obsessed. I don't know who said this, but there's some, because I studied fine art for years, and there was some quote, some artist was saying, you should be obsessed with the possibility of greatness. And so I would write and try to do, I thought maybe I'll be great. But now I would just settle for competent. If I could just,
Yeah.
if people leave the show and say, well, that wasn't a ripoff, then I'm
Yeah.
like, you're welcome.
At
You
least
know
he's
what?
competent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to be competent now. Maybe it
Yeah.
comes with age, because at my age, if you're incompetent, they take you away. That's when you
Yeah.
can't drive and all that kind of stuff.
I know. Yeah. I clean houses when we're not podcasting. I'm a house cleaner, and I have clients that are in their early 90s that tell me things that they hide from their kids because they're like, if he knows I forgot my keys somewhere or whatever, he's going to put me in a home. So
Yeah.
I'm like, your secret's safe with me.
And now I know I can take stuff from your house and you won't know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm kidding. That's bad. We won't. That's awful when people swoop in and steal your parents' stuff before you get a chance to.
Right.
That's what I always
Yeah.
say. I'm the one that gets. All right.
Now I hear you were a missionary for a while
Yes.
in Portland, and
Or Seattle?
was it Portland or Seattle?
Seattle.
Seattle. Okay.
I was this missionary for 2 years. I
Wow.
made it through the whole thing. And wow.
That's a rough gig, isn't it?
Yeah. How was that?
It is. It's you know what it is? It's 2 years of trying to quell your doubts and your boner. That's what, for me, that's what it was. Those are the two things you struggle with. You don't want, because the doubts in the religious stuff, and then you're going through puberty.
Yeah.
You're 19. Well, you're not going through.
But
You're at the. It's your.
peaking.
Yeah, supposedly at my peak sexual years were spent on a 10-speed, living. Couldn't even go on dates at all.
Wow.
Couldn't even talk to. Yeah.
Jeez. So.
Yeah.
You're going through puberty and you're just riding a bike seat all day.
Yeah, that's what you're doing. And it's not, I got to say, I don't know what it would be like to be 19 and have a normal 19 to 21-year-old span.
Yeah.
But I stayed out of trouble.
Yeah, that's.
For
I
sure.
mean, that's a plus. Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Also a minus, but a plus too.
yeah,
And I have lame stories. Like my stories from that age, I hear other people and they got all these crazy
Oh, it's
stories.
crazy, yeah.
Mine are, I wrecked a 10-speed on an intersection in the rain in Tacoma, 9 at night. Right. And all the people honked because they see this Mormon missionary just slide out into the intersection on his chest, and his little projector tumbles over his back and they'll start honk. That's my wild 19, 20, 21-year-old.
Wow.
yeah. It'd be a much better story if you were drunk on the bike.
No kidding. Especially if you're a Mormon missionary and drunk on the bike. Then
yeah.
you got a story.
That's
But
gonna
you
be
got
a
those buns
headline.
of steel.
Yes, right. I did. I did get some serious
I'll bet you did.
butt
Some
muscles
hills in
from.
Seattle.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
So I did get that. I did get that.
So were you actually trying some of your jokes on the people's when you knocked on their doors, or
No,
no?
I didn't. I always wanted to be a comedian,
Yeah.
but I was afraid that you couldn't go to heaven if you're a comedian.
Oh, interesting.
Was what I felt like. You would as a comedian, you would probably definitely go to hell.
Oh,
That's
and
what I
now what do
thought.
you think?
Probably is true. I don't know.
yeah. Who knows? What do any of us know about that?
Yeah, I have no idea. I
Yeah.
just,
Fingers
But,
crossed.
yeah.
Yeah. Now,
I
did you
go
have
down.
some other CDs here?
Oh, I love the bent over in Europe.
Oh, yeah. That's coming out soon? Bent Over in Europe? Is that correct?
That's my old website you're reading. That's how old that is. Bent Over in Europe came out when I was in Germany before, and it's got a couple good bits on it. It's got a couple sections with some problems, I would say.
Okay. And is that the same? Because there's another one called Get Bent, Hell Bent, and Bent
Yeah.
on Destruction?
Yep, those are the 4 I think I've done. I need to do another CD, I guess, because I have enough material for. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I love the play on your name. Bent
Yeah, I
over in
couldn't come
Europe.
up with any more. The last one was going to be Bent Out of Shape,
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
because that's definitely where we are at this point.
Yeah.
And then I want to do one that's what was it going to be? Bent. I don't know. Anyway, Bent Out of Shape will be the last one, I guess.
That's a good one.
Gotcha. And now, why did your parents give you a Swedish name?
Oh yeah, they. I think Mom just wanted us to stand out. She said it was because she didn't want me to have to share my name with other kids in my class at school, which, as I say in the show, mission accomplished, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Right.
you're in Utah, that'll work.
Yeah.
Some Swedish name that was popular in the 1800s in Sweden. You give it to a kid in Utah. So she just liked weird names.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there was an art teacher at BYU who was named Bengt.
Oh,
So,
okay.
I think that's part. I'm moving. Sorry, I'm going to more light.
Oh,
Just
okay.
sit
Gotcha.
down.
We should probably wrap it soon.
Oh no, I've ruined the illusion now.
I know.
Now I'm just wearing a turtleneck because
Yeah.
I'm at that age where I wear turtlenecks.
So flying in to Boise, Idaho.
How long is that flight?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's gonna be a long time.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
just
Is the whole family coming or?
not this
You-
trip.
Okay.
They've got school. I've got to plug this in or it'll lose power. I've got my daughter goes to the German Grundschule, as they say. So she's in school. Son's in high school here, a U.S. high school. So
Mhm.
and Kelly's working. I'm the only one who can just take off and go to Boise. What's the weather like in Boise? Is it as bad as it is in Salt Lake? Is it?
No.
No, I think I've looked and it was, I think today was supposed to be in the 40s or 50s, somewhere around there.
Sweet.
It
Yeah,
has felt
and
like
clear.
spring, but then it
Yeah.
goes into a couple days of 20s and then back to 50. And so,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
People
boy.
here yesterday were saying that last week it was in the 60s, and now it's just piled with snow. So
Man.
bring a variety of clothing.
I know. I don't like to pack that much anymore. You know, I used to pack, and now I don't want to. I wish I could just have like two bodysuits, like one
Yeah.
a warm one and a cool one. That's
Yeah.
what I want. Just
Slip it on. You're good to
Yeah.
go.
just one zipper, crotch to neck, just zip. You know, something like that.
Little flap
We
in the
don't need-
back.
You don't need anything, and a flap in the back. You're right. I guess the front would be good too.
Yeah.
I'd hate to have to zip my shoulders out just to
Oh,
stand
yeah,
in front of
yeah.
the urinal.
Bathroom.
I guess you're right.
And you have zipper
Yeah.
issues down in your area.
That's true. There are advantages to not having your shirt and pants permanently attached.
Yeah.
I think so.
And I think that's true now that I think about it. I'm going to drop. Yeah, I'm not going to come into the one bodysuit zipper thing.
No. Oh, our internet connection is.
I am going to go with this turtleneck, though. I like it. I like a turtleneck.
Makes
Yeah.
me feel hot.
There's an old Mitch Hedberg joke about how
I know that one. Yeah.
you know that one? It's like
Yeah.
there's and you wear a backpack, and it's like he says there's Can you say midget? And
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah.
he said it. A midget on your back choking you.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Isn't that a Mitch Hedberg?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is Mitch Hedberg. Yeah, I remember that joke.
Great.
He was someone who I never got to see live, which that would have been really cool. But
I bumped into him once in
yeah,
Seattle at a show, and that's it.
Oh.
yeah. Did you talk to him at all? Or
It was in the bathroom. So
Oh, okay.
hey, that's all we did.
that's where I ran into Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Was at the Seattle airport bathroom. One of them. Yeah.
Weren't you like,
Oh,
"Hey,
really?
Joe?"
Yeah. Yeah. I just said I didn't want to bug him. I was like, "Hey, Joe," and he said, "Hey," and we just walked by each other.
Hey, well, that's nice. That's good.
Yeah, so I didn't want to bug him in the bathroom. You know, he was walking with his head down. You know, he didn't want.
Oh
to
yeah,
bother
he's like, please, come on, don't,
Yeah.
nobody,
Yeah.
don't,
Yeah, exactly.
not here.
So,
That's cool.
well, thank you so much
Thank
for being
you.
on the podcast today. We're really
Sure.
excited. Now, your show is a Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, correct?
Yep.
Are we
Thursday,
in
Friday,
town then?
Saturday at the lounge.
I think we're supposed to take your kids skiing that week.
Oh, damn
Are you
it.
going skiing? Where are you going skiing?
This one we're going to go to Anthony Lakes in Oregon. It's a small
Sweet.
mountain.
Sweet.
Yeah, we're going with my daughter and her husband. On the way here, we actually hit Pomerel
Oh,
for
okay.
the day.
You ski?
I haven't in about 10 years.
Oh,
I almost did this last trip home, but
yeah.
probably not. Probably not.
Continuing, I feel like if I stop, I'll be too scared to start back. You know, the
Yeah.
older
Yeah.
you get, the faster and it seems,
Yeah.
and the harder you fall. So,
Yeah, maybe I'll just wait till I'm like 70 and I'll just go up and do one black diamond run, and that's
Heck
how
yeah.
I'll end.
Yeah.
and your
I'll
pass will be
just-
free. So,
Yeah, you just
Yeah, exactly.
done. Done.
Yeah. So if we are in town
If we're
on
in town, we're
Thursday,
going.
we'll be at your
Yes.
show.
I hope
Well,
so.
Yes.
Hope you are, but if not, I get it. Skiing.
Yeah. Thank you so
So
much for
nice
being
meeting
here.
you.
Sure.
Lounge at the End of the Universe, March where
17, 18, 19.
17th, 18th, and 19th.
Woohoo! This will come out before then.
Yes,
so.
it'll be out, and it's already live
Yeah.
on Facebook too. So,
Oh, it is.
So
Oh, my
Marshmallow
goodness.
Adventures.
All right.
Thank you so much. Safe travels.
Bye, guys.
Take care.
Good to meet you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.